Right. New York Comic Con 2025 is a wrap. Packed from Thursday to Saturday. Packed, absolute packed. Today, Sunday, was the last day. Let's run through some stuff. Listen, you guys seen that that I got that Greg Land connecting covers for Frankenstein. Every time Greg Land signs the first copies of his variants, he'll always mark it number one. This year, I got that. You could see the number one is marked on each of the books. That is the connecting set. Shout out to Mutant City Coley. Shout out to Greg Land. Shout out to Very Gary Comics. Fear Fellas. Every Italian up in New York went to Very Gary's booth, grabbed the Fear Fellas with Frankenstein, Dracula, and the Wolfman. This is a dope book. Shout out to Very Gary. Very Gary also had that Simpsons homage to Silver Surfer versus Thor. Sold out quick. Shout out to Hell Destroyer Comics. Shout out to Hell Destroyer Comics. This year, one of the best variant creators, working with Nathan Zerdy and Dan Quintana, banging it out. Top 5 hottest variants of New York Comic Con 2025. Shout out to Hell Destroyer Comics. This is the Big Rig number 3, Nathan Zerdy, Post Malone. Nathan Zerdy signed that. Listen, a copy's available right now on the eBay, Encore, whatever you guys use. Grab it. The big one, Batman number 1 foil, Dan Quintana. And Dan signed it for me with the gold. He remarked the Batman symbol in his tee. This artist needs to be placed on all of your watch lists. Dan Quintana. Quintana. Big things coming. Mark that down. I hope everybody, shame on mostly all of those exhibitors. No Checkmate, no first appearance Checkmate Action Comics. None on the sale floor. No Salvation Run by DC. What was it? A 1-7 set. Salvation Run number 1, first appearance Salvation Run Peacemaker. None on the sale floor. You guys aren't doing your homework. You guys don't know what books you're even bringing. It's a problem. Shout out to Carla Cohen. Shout out to her husband, Perillo. Big variants. Gorgeous New York Comic Con. This is Nort Swimsuit Edition, signed by Carla Cohen. Grab it. It's on the eBay. This is the Catwoman number 1, signed by Perillo. Grab it. This is the Batman number 1, signed by Perillo. Grab it. This is the Carla Cohen New York Comic Con 2025 art book. Gorgeous gold foil, red embossed blood, signed by Carla Cohen, limited to only 200. Grab it. The Glow in the Dark Wonder Woman, signed by Carla Cohen. Grab it. And you guys all seen Bill sign the Ghost book. Wolverine Nabisco, 145 limited edition, signed by Bill Sienkiewicz. You guys seen me do 2, not just 1, 2. You know how I am. You know how I am. So 1 got signed in the blue color. 1 got signed in the orange color. The blue one sold in 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Cha-ching, motherfucker, gone. The orange one is still here. The orange one is here. Make me an offer I can't refuse. It's here. And remember, because too many people were talking about CGC. CGC. Send it to CGC. Get it graded with CGC. Fuck that shit. CGC witnesses. It has to be witnessed. Get a witness. It has to be witnessed. Pay the witness. Fuck that shit. PSA, baby. PSA. No witness needed. They will verify their own signatures because they're big like that. You don't need a witness. Just go get your books graded. Go submit all your books. Whoever buys this book, submit it to the PSA. And it's a nice, solid, heavy, strong slab from a solid company. PSA. No bullshit. No crazy nonsense going on. PSA. And I'm not paid, endorsed, sponsored to say that. I don't need to grade comics. I don't need to grade. Like the old dirty bastard said, oh, baby, I like it raw. And it sells just fine. I don't need 3 people sitting in an office to tell me this is a 9.4, a 9.6, a 9.8. I'll tell you what the grade is. I have more experience than those 3 people in a room grading. I'll teach them something. What else we got going on, people? What else we got going on? We are uncensored. Let's talk about exhibitors. They're clueless. Listen, this is not a knock. It's a generational change. And it's not like 10 years ago. And I said this on the Instagram too. Shout out to Victory Comics. Shout out to Victory Comics once again putting on a show on that sale floor. Putting on a show. From customer service to being friendly to being well stocked. All of the long boxes alphabetized in order. Great prices, great customer service, great prices. I'll say it again. Great wall books with great prices, great bundle deals. And I am not paid, endorsed, sponsored to say that or receive any special privileges or anything like that. I give credit where credit is due. They deserve credit. And you guys keep hearing this from me year after year after year after year. Victory Comics, Victory Comics, Victory Comics is a known destination at New York Comic Con. They should really consider opening up a store in New York because they would kill it. They would kill it. But everybody looks forward to Victory Comics coming to New York Comic Con each and every year because they do it right. Shout out to you guys. I have to now talk about the exhibitors, the comic book vendors, right? Guys, it is very obvious of a generational knowledge change. No one knows their books. No one knows what's going on. People have, and I said this on the Instagram too, is that everybody should fucking send a message to Nick. That's his name, Nick. Key Collector app. He created the Key Collector app. Everybody send a message to Nick at the Key Collector app, right? Because you guys were all talking shit about this app, right? I never did. I'm a retailer. Why would I talk shit about something that brings customers into the doors? Everybody, 90% of New York Comic Con shoppers, digging collectors, shoppers, collectors, whatever you guys want to call it, digging in the long boxes, had their key collector apps out, pulling the keys, and the vendors are making the sales. You all owe Nick a thank you. Because if it wasn't for Nick creating this app, I don't know how you guys would get sales. I'm being serious, because I don't think you guys know your comic books. I went to a lot of people. I had a very specific hit list, like I like to call it. Every year I make a hit list. And 90, I could safely say 90% of all the retailers on that floor were clueless about what I was asking. And that was scary, because number one, that means that you aren't doing your homework. Number two, you're not readers. Number three, you're just you're what's the word? You're front running. You're front running. God bless you. You go, you buy some collections and stuff like that. You're probably robbing people, paying them dirt cheap, fine, whatever. It is what it is. I could care less. But know your books. Know your books. No one knew what the Strange Tales 151 was, the Steranko first published Marvel work. No one knew. No one. This is sad. No one knew. No one even knew what the hell Salvation Run was. Nobody knew what Checkmate was. That is sad. You guys are not doing your homework with pop culture. Don't you guys see the buyers? They watch these shows. They front run. It's called front running. They front run into what's relative now. And you guys are not doing your homework, and you're blowing opportunities. Also, number three. See, all your slabs are still with you guys. See, tonight, everybody broke down their exhibitor spaces. And I make a bet. All of you guys packed all your slabs up. Ain't none of them sold. But yet you guys are still sending books in for grading. Why? No one's buying them. Did you guys realize that? No one's buying graded comic books? I walked that floor meticulously, studying, observing, analyzing. You guys see me in my suit. Wednesday for the retailer meeting, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. One day I wasn't in my suit. I was just chilling. I observe. This is the business I love. The people. I love the people. I observe them. That's what I do. I'm walking around. I'm observing. I'm listening to what they're going after, who they are asking for, what they are buying when they're at the booths. I'm watching what they're picking up from the bins, what they're asking for, what they're buying. Why aren't any of you? Why aren't? But this is what makes me different from you, because I put that research in. I analyze the market trends. I know what's going to get hot. I know what's going to slip. And I watch all of your walls of fame, or whatever you guys call them, and nothing's selling. Nothing. Because this new generation, they don't care about the history. It's sad. That is sad. They front run. They want all the variants and new stuff and variants. And why is that? Education, because no one else is talking about the history. You ask a 20-year-old or even maybe a 30-year-old, what's the Wolverine Nabisco? This new generation, it's like the Ghost Book, the Grail, hard to find, rare, right? Bill Sienkiewicz, the first time he's signing things in color, especially this book. That's why I did one in blue and one in orange. The blue sold in 15 seconds, and then the orange one right here. You know, and I did that on design because I had two of them. So now you know Nycc gives you the rare, good stuff. And this is beautiful. These were in boxes in the Marvel office in New York City. Fun fact that Bill Sienkiewicz taught me is that the blue was never artistically designed to be blue. That was supposed to be foil. But in the last minute, it was no foil, and it made the blue. So Bill Sienkiewicz taught me that. I'm not sure if I knew that or not. I don't think that I did. But listen, that's a ghost book. This is rare, very, very rare, hard to find, rare. Finally got them signed. But you notice though, it's not graded. It's not great. Not fuck graded. Do I need to sell things great? No. Because when Nycc tells you what the book is, that's what the book is. Simple. What are we talking about? What's coming up? Marvel versus DC. Doesn't everybody get the same vibe that DC is on a much better, stronger promotional, marketing, advertising, pop culture campaign? I hear more people talking about DC and DC projects than I do for Marvel. That's a fact. Peacemaker, Salvation Run, pop culture. That's the people. Shame on all of the exhibitors and the comic book shops. They're not paying attention to pop culture. The people are coming after the Peacemaker, the Salvation Run, the Checkmate. They're looking at the DC projects. They're prepping big on Green Lantern, and retailers, you better not fuck that up, because the people are now going to get more curious about Green Lantern. So do your homework. The show is coming. It's coming quick. Do your homework. The people are gonna want Green Lantern. Give the people what they want. It's coming. Now, Marvel announced great stuff, right? Marvel announced great stuff. You got the X-Men, you got the movies, okay, great, fantastic. But do you see it on social media? Do you see it on Instagram, Facebook popping up? Do you see it on your televisions? The shows on Disney suck. Like, I don't hear anything, nothing, no one speaking about anything. This is not good. This is not good. So, we're waiting on that. We're waiting on Avenger, but Doctor Doom. We're waiting on that. We're waiting on Secret Wars. But there's no hype. There's no Easter eggs dropping. There's nothing. It's a bad marketing push by Marvel. Shout out to Todd McFarlane, Rob Liefeld, and Scott Snyder. God bless you three men. God bless you three men for being so energetic, passionate, and entertaining, because goddamn, we all almost fell asleep at the retailer meeting this year Wednesday. And I don't know what Penguin Random House was thinking, sending the lady who basically was so negative and threatened every retailer about sales and like street dates and sales, and she was just an aggressive, negative, bad vibe. It was borderline scary. So Penguin Random House, if you're watching, please hire better people, please. Positivity, enthusiasm, energy. Keep the audience awake. It was dull and boring, and thank God for, again, Todd McFarlane, Rob Liefeld, Scott Snyder. The energy, the passion, the engagement with the audience, with the retailers. It's needed by everybody. It's needed by You want to sell your book, right? You want to sell your book. You put your book up on the big screen, but you're talking to the audience like, oh, and we are going to launch this in 2026, and it's going to feature this story written by you lost me at the first sentence. You lost me at the first sentence. Get up on the podium, start running around, start fucking yelling and screaming, get people's attention. I'm the hype man. You guys know this. Loud, in your face, direct, uncensored. But I get in your mentals. I get in your head. The things that I say are relevant, facts, real. I make you money. People that run with me, my crew, my inner circle, they are fucking rich. Guys, man, if you're gonna drop something, drop it hard. Get the people's enthusiasm. I'm gonna say thank you to Todd McFarlane. Once again, he gave all the retailers that Young Blood #1. You guys could go and bid on it on my eBay right now. Thank you, Todd McFarlane. Todd McFarlane announced there's going to be all the Image Comics toys are coming. I think he's putting very, very, very legendary, big time artists on Spawn books. That's coming soon. Shout out to wait, what did I just say? I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Shout out to Rob Liefeld with the Young Blood 1 retailer comic book. I'm sorry. There's going to be 27 Young Blood variants. Shout out to Todd McFarlane, who gave everybody 2 signatures, but there was a curveball. CGC ended up making money. You had to send those 2 Todd McFarlane signatures into CGC grading. That was the sucky part. Shout out to Jim Lee. Jim Lee, thank you for the 2 autographs. Let me circle back again. Thank you, Todd McFarlane. Spawn 77 Walmart exclusive comic book drop. You got that when you got one of the Spawn 77 action figures. You guys could grab it right now on my eBay. Thank you, Todd McFarlane. Circling back to Rob Liefeld that I made a mistake on earlier. Thank you, Rob Liefeld, for the Young Blood #1 New York Comic-Con retailer incentive comic books. You guys could bid on it right now on my eBay. Rob Liefeld, 27 Young Blood variants are coming. Plus, there's going to be mashups on other Image comic books. Shout out to Scott Snyder. Really, really enthusiastic about DCKO. Cool concept. Cool concept. A tournament bracket, right? Tournament bracket. Is the tournament bracket, though, a little bit obvious? You know, you got Superman on this side. You got Batman on this side. Are they going to be the final? Probably. I don't know. Unless they throw a curveball because people are catching on that it's too obvious. But, Nice concepts. Let's see what happens with sales and interest. The Natalie Sanders DCKO Harley Quinn cover variant. Mine sold immediately. So shout out to Natalie Sanders. That sold very, very rapidly. Shout out to Will Jack. Shout out to Will Jack. They dropped that black and white I Love New York Vampirilla metal cover. I think it was only limited to 100. Gone in seconds. There's one on my eBay. Grab it. Grab it quick. But I mean, those are your top variants this year. I mean, those were the top variants. You could see the sales on the eBay. They are trending very well. And now New York Comic Con is done. Fanatics announced that now I believe it's going to be a 3 or 4 day event next year. I know I did a tweet on the Twitter, on the X. I did a tweet about it. I also posted it on my Instagram. I'm saying it here. Again, more cards are involved with that. Cards and WWE and UFC and sports. Whole different ball game with Fanatics and that stuff. But they're growing massive. Very, very massive. I want to see them go down to Florida. I want to see them in Vegas. I want to see them in Cali. I want to see them in Chicago, in Texas. I want to see Fanatics Fest all over the United States, honestly. I want to see it really, really give a big competition to the national. I want to see that. The card industry is big. I just love my comic book industry. I've never was crazy about all the cards, but it's big money. It's big business. I just love what I love, and I love my comic books and stuff like that. If you're a reseller, an exhibitor, if you're going to sell comic books, guys, please educate yourselves. I even have dumbasses on Facebook, right? This is sad. Dumbasses trying to tell me about this. They don't have a clue. It's trolls. You just don't waste. That's why one thing I don't like about Facebook, too many trolls. But listen, obtain the knowledge, educate yourselves, read and don't stop reading. Read and don't. You could never stop reading and educating yourself. You could never do it. You need to do that if you're going to sling the comics. If you really want to be reputable and you want to build a big following base, you got to sling the comics, and you got to sling it right. And you got to be knowledgeable, and you got to know what's coming. And that way, then, when they put out these movies, you already know what the script is. That's why I could tell you Superman Part 2. Lex Luthor, Brainiac, Superman. Lex Luthor's gonna. You guys should just read the stories. Read your comic books. You'll know your answers. You'll know what's coming. You could prep your sales. Lex Luthor gives Brainiac the equipment and stuff. Brainiac then screws over Lex Luthor. Brainiac is massive, powerful. Lex Luthor then is going to have to put on the Lex Luthor suit and tag team with Superman to join forces to defeat or stop Brainiac from going out of control. There's Superman 2 in a nutshell. There it is. Hands it to you. Do your research. The stories were written many years ago, right? And then New 52 throws twists on it. We see James Gunn taking pieces from every point in time. We see that on Peacemaker. We see that with Checkmate. We see that with Salvation Run. But to know this, You have to be a reader, or just research and read. Read your comic books or research and read. But this is what's going to also make you a better real speculator. Real speculation. And once you achieve that, then you know what's coming. Guys, with that said, make your best offers on eBay. Make your best offers on the Encore app. Get your bids in on both. A comic and anything in life is only worth the price somebody in the world is willing to pay for it. Good night, everybody. I'll see you soon.